We are about to embark on an immersive journey through the corridors of our minds. Stand by as we prepare for departure.
Welcome aboard, everyone, to the Productivity with Peace of Mind podcast adventure. Our journey will begin in just a moment. Inhale deeply and exhale. Our voyage takes us on a captivating tour, diving deep into the intricate layers of our thoughts and imagination. Brace yourselves for the complexities of our evolution. For a safe and enjoyable journey, stay seated. Secure your helmet and protective goggles, and keep hands, feet, and legs inside while the ride is moving. Now relax and enjoy.
What if I told you that your to-do list isn't actually the problem? That the real problem and the real reason that we might feel overwhelmed or all over the place or not very productive is because of something that I call our inner thermostat that measures within us how regulated or dysregulated we are, which then directly affects how we're able to do just about anything. So let's first talk about this idea of our inner thermostat. This is kind of our internal temperature of where our nervous system is at, whether it's overworked or underworked or actually nicely and beautifully regulated. When your thermostat is in a really hot temperature, that could look like anxiety, irritability, anger, snapping at others, overthinking, right? We're like overheated, overworking. We're not thinking. We're just like, whoa, like a bull in a china shop, just go, 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 causing more damage, not really thinking clearly, right? We're just way overheated and way too high on that thermostat. Then, if the temperature is really cold, we might be almost like checked out or not really present to where we are and what we're doing. We might be procrastinating or putting things off. Maybe we're dissociating and just kind of, checking out into la la land, avoiding the present moment, avoiding what needs to be done, and just not really there and paying attention to really anything. When we're regulated, it's beautiful because we feel balanced. We feel in our body and present. We feel calmed down. We feel steady, grounded, focused on what it is we need to be focused on, and just really able to notice and take in what's happening around us and what also we need to or want to be doing. And the number one thing I want you to take away from this conversation is that you're no good to yourself or anyone else dysregulated. You're going to make bad decisions, you're going to make mistakes, you're probably going to have regrets, and we're definitely not going to be productive in what we're doing. We're just not going to be getting where we need to go or doing what we need to be doing. And we're definitely not going to feel good about it either because we're just completely going the wrong direction, stressing about the wrong things, and focused on the wrong things. And the reason managing this internal thermostat or your internal regulation of your central nervous system is a precursor to your productivity is because when we're dysregulated, our to-do list can feel so much heavier than it is. All of a sudden, a small hill turns into mountains that just, you know, cover half of the United States, right? It becomes bigger and scarier and hairier than it actually is and it actually needs to be. when our inner thermostat is overheated, and let's say we're at work and we're assigned a really big and important project, and we overcommit and, say we're going to do all these extra things, and we really push past, whether we actually realize it or not, we push way past any boundary or healthy limits that our mind or body might have in order to function in a way that feels really good and is sustainable, right? Because sustainability is a big part of that, is like making it last, being able to continue going. Like if you can do something and then you're just going to crash for a certain amount of time afterwards or not be able to do other things, you have to be able to ask yourself, is that a good trade or is it not? It might be. I don't know, but that's a question you need to ask yourself. And then so when you're, spinning your wheels and doing way more than you can or should or want to or need to, you end up spending so much time like worrying and stressing and thinking and thinking and thinking about it. And you're spinning your wheels. It's like you're on this rocking chair all day, rocking back and forth, and you think you're really busy, and your brain is actually convincing you that you're really busy and you're getting somewhere. But when you get to the end of the day and you step off of that rocking chair, where are you? You're right where you started. You did not actually get anywhere because you were so busy overstressing, overthinking, overdoing, right? And you're worried about things that are taking up your brain space and your super, super, super valuable energy that could be used on actually getting the thing done. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. We waste time worrying, and not just time, energy. Your energy is so important. We waste that precious energy worrying instead of just doing and moving forward. When you look at the colder side of that thermostat, maybe you have freeze or avoid task, or maybe you're like procrastinating or numbing out or distracting yourself with something else that's not really helping you move forward. And again, this is not on the overdoing side, this is on the underdoing side, and you're still not moving forward because you're distracting. And guess what the common theme is here too? You're still worrying, right? You're just like frozen and immovable, and you're not actually doing anything. Maybe you're sitting in that rocking chair and just static all day, like, oh my gosh, what do I even do? Or you're distracted looking at your phone, looking at anything else but the thing that will actually feel so good for you to do once you get to the other side. It might not feel good doing it. Once you're done and you've gotten to the other side, that's the thing that's going to feel so good. And that's the thing we want to focus on. And it's only when we're in this regulated state where our mind and our body are regulated and taken care of and in a calm place where we can turn that volume down, turn that knob down to a place where we feel much more calm, that we can then see clearly and work effectively. So it's like getting out of that rocking chair, looking at the project, even if it's scary that we've been assigned, and breaking it down step by step, and then just starting with one step at a time. And that's what's going to give us that peace of mind. Because remember, productivity without a peaceful mind isn't actually productivity. We're just in survival mode, running around or frozen and not actually doing anything. Or if we're even getting things done and we don't feel good, why? What is it? What does it even matter, right? Like, what's the point of stressing ourselves out to get things done or check a box in our life if we're not feeling good along the way or after we've done it or even before? So the first thing you can do is just become aware, right? We talk about this a lot, but noticing before you're acting, right? We get off that rocking chair, we look at what's ahead, whether it's a project or something we need to take care of, or just simply that to-do list for the day. And check in with your inner thermostat. Are you feeling hot, cold? Are you feeling pretty balanced? Like, what are you needing? Where are you at? Maybe you take some deep breaths, really get that good oxygen into your brain, into your body, into your bloodstream. Get that brain online and working clearly and beautifully. Maybe you scan your body for tension, right? Head to toe, just like, where am I at? My body, what does my head feel like? Right? My face, what does my neck feel like? Maybe front and back, right? Maybe check onto the sides of your neck, shoulders, your arms, wrists and hands, and Maybe you even check in with each of your fingers, your back, your stomach, and your chest, your hips, your legs, down to your ankles and every single toe of your foot, of each foot. What, where's the tension? What are you noticing? Do you feel quick and snappy and irritable, or do you feel kind of zoned out and shut down and turned off? Just notice. Notice whether you feel the tendency to rush and push ahead and, stop the exercise with yourself and just go get things done without thinking, or if the tendency is to avoid and just lay down and take a nap or get onto social media or do anything to numb or distract. Just notice those things. And depending on whether you're a little too hot or a little too cold, there's so much we can do once we check in with ourselves and spend that time with ourselves to see where we're at to go ahead and regulate it. So if you find you're overheated and you're feeling really anxious and snappy and irritable, maybe some slow, deep breaths will really help you. Maybe laying down, closing your eyes, becoming really still with yourself, with your body, with your mind. And don't at this point don't talk to anybody, don't make any decisions. Just allow your body to cool off first. Maybe use some calming music. Maybe you take a bath or a shower. For me, baths are a big down regulation of my nervous system. It's a big calming tool for me that instantly get me back into a space of regulation. Maybe it's a shower, maybe it's a meditation or self massage. Sometimes I like to just take some lotion, and even if it's just in the middle of the day, I'll just like lotion my hands like really slowly and gently and just feel, even my fingerprints against each other, feel the lotion against the skin of my hand. Our hands and our feet have so many nerve endings, and so it can be so calming to just give ourselves a little hand or foot massage. So, all of these things, or anything else that you can think of, can really help calm down some of that heat and help us slow down intentionally. If you find your thermostat's a little too cold and you're dissociating or shutting down, movement might help to kind of invigorate your body and get your blood moving and get yourself going. Maybe a stretch or a nice walk around the neighborhood. Maybe you shake out your arms or stretch them overhead or behind your back or go up on your tiptoes or run in place or do some jumping jacks. You could use your senses too. You can bite into a lemon, eat a piece of chocolate, hold a piece of ice against your forehead or your hands, something to really wake up your body and just kind of bring yourself back to a place of being awake to yourself in your life by literally waking up your senses. You could also journal or draw to rein in your mind and bring your mind into a place of focus and thinking versus being checked out. Maybe you're journaling what you're thinking or what you're worried about, or allowing yourself to face the thoughts and emotions that are scaring you right now that you're wanting to avoid. And the textures work here too. So lotions on the hands, water on the hands, even like washing your hands. That one's a little bit more invigorating than just lotion on the hands. Like if you're trying to cool down, if you're trying to, wake yourself up, wake up your body, washing your hands in water can be really good. You might even touch a soft blanket or pillow or a pet and allow yourself to just ground into the moment and become really, really present to where you are. Regardless of where you're at and regardless of which tool you try or which one works for you, these tiny little resets matter more than powering through, because you're going to come into whatever it is you need to do, whatever it is on your list or you've been assigned or you're in charge of or responsible for, with more clarity and intention, and you're going to feel better, which is the most important part, through it and after it. So when we regulate before taking action, we do it so much better. So then once we're regulated, we can come back to the to-do list, to the project, to whatever it is we're doing with crystal clear vision. We might not feel perfect, but we're going to feel so much better than we did before these practices. So we can sort our to-do list into some categories. One way I like to break things down so that I don't miss anything important is the number one thing is the can't miss list. So that is like, I can't miss this by the end of the day. This has to be done today, this week, or whatever, right? This is the most highest priority. It's urgent, it's time sensitive, and it's important, and it has to get done. So that's what you want to have done before a time frame is over, likely that day. Then there's the thing that moves the needle. So that's the things that you're doing or the tactics that move you towards your greater goal. Might not necessarily be urgent for today, but it's important to move towards your greater goals. Literally everything else after that for me is part of the minutia. Maybe it has to get done, but it's probably not time sensitive. And it's just on the list to get done as needed. This way, you're not bogged down by this huge, huge, huge list. And then you're just going through it one item at a time versus prioritizing of what actually needs to be done when. And of course, I have other, episodes and classes and things like that where we break down even further on how to build that out and put that on our calendars and our schedules and everything. But after you do that, we build in little spots for regulation throughout that because we don't want to just get regulated and then go right back to where we were before, right back to how we used to be. No, we want to continue to allow the regulation to happen. Find those little pockets throughout your day, those little moments. Maybe it's in the bathroom, maybe it's between meetings, maybe it's between projects and tasks. Maybe you build in buffers on your calendar or in your planner so you can stop between things, rethink, regauge, reassess. Am I running hot? Am I running cold? Where am I? Right? And then decide, and what do I need? Do I need to cool down? Do I need to invigorate some things and get some things going? How do I re-regulate if I need it, or do I just need a moment of stillness, of pause? And then look at the day ahead of you. Just look at one day. What is realistic for me today, right now, given my current capacity and ability and accessibility and all of those things? What is realistic? And just keep checking in with yourself throughout the day. Check that inner thermostat. It is there to inform you, to give you information that is so useful on how to continue to go through your day. Am I heating up? Am I cooling down too much, right? Am I checking out? Am I getting too irritated? Where am I at? How do I adjust? What do I need? What kind of reset can I do? What kind of regulation do I need before things go too far, before I lose the rest of the day? And if you really want, you can do a reflection at the end of each day and just notice. Each day you do this, you'll learn more about yourself and just notice what helped me stay regulated, what pulled me out of a funk, what gave me more energy, what helped me focus, what helped me stay on track, what helped me not spin out and worry and overthinking and, allowing my inner critic to take over maybe. So just continue to notice. Notice what works for you. Notice what doesn't work. And it will continue to get better and it will continue to feel easier. So just remember, regulating our central nervous system is the foundation of our own productivity while maintaining that peace of mind we talk about that's so important. Because without it, we're just spinning out or shutting down or avoiding our life. And really the avoidance can show up in underdoing or overdoing, right? Because If you're overdoing, you're avoiding the present moment. If you're underdoing, you're checking out and avoiding the present moment. You're not even here and present for your life, for yourself, for those you love. And with regulation, we're more steady. We have more clarity. We're able to do so much more than we even realized possible. So check in with yourself today. Where are you at? Where are you at now in this moment? And what would help bring you back to yourself, bring you back to your balance before you take on that list, before you try to be so, so, so productive, which I know that you will. But first, check in with yourself, check on yourself, and see what you need. I know you can do it. We can do this together. I can't wait to see how this goes for you. Thank you for braving the inside of your mind with me. The better we understand ourselves, the more deeply we understand the world, and as our awareness grows, life just gets better and better. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to leave a review and share this with anyone else you think could benefit from listening. A quick reminder that the content shared in this podcast is for informational purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, and the discussions here are not a substitute for professional advice. If you're dealing with a specific issue or need personalized guidance, please consult with a qualified professional. Your well-being is important, and this podcast is simply a platform for sharing insights and experiences. I appreciate you spending this time with me. Until next time.